Well, the first full day of the Republican State Convention in Rochester began with a controversial rally this morning. Presidential candidate Ron Paul drew several hundred people, but he was not allowed inside the Mayo Civic Center. ABC 6 News reporter Donnie Rolls was at the rally at the crack of dawn today. He joins us now live. Donnie, what was going on here? Why isn't Ron Paul part of the official convention lineup?
Erica, Ron Paul has been out of the presidential race for months, which is why he simply wasn't invited to the Minnesota Republican Convention. But the delegates that Ron Paul did get last February say they want to fight to make sure their views and their support of Ron Paul are heard loud and clear at the National Convention this September. 7:30 Friday morning, nearly 500 people turn out for a Ron Paul rally outside the Mayo Civic Center.
It's so exciting to have him in our backyard. I live in downtown Rochester, and I love seeing our community come together around a great cause, and this is definitely a great cause.
Ron Paul says he wasn't surprised that he wasn't invited to the convention.
It's a little bit disappointing, but no, they want unity, and we want unity too. But we're also philosophically oriented. We want unity defending Republican traditional values as well as the Constitution.
Paul says he knows his presidential run is over, but he says he continues because there's a hunger for what he's offering America. He says there's a large, long-term movement by Republicans who want to change their party and their country away from deficit spending, overseas occupation, and war.
I believe he is the only candidate that I can trust in reality.
Inside the convention, supporters like Rudy Takala tried to make that change by working to get elected to the National Convention as Ron Paul supporters. But District 1 Republican Chair Dwayne Quam says Paul supporters just didn't have the numbers.
They made motions, they didn't have sufficient support to pass the motions, and so the rules as adopted by the body prevailed, which prevented additional nominations from the floor.
Now, needless to say, Ron Paul supporters were very frustrated. While we were outside, we heard some arguments break out between Ron Paul supporters and McCain supporters. So while the politics on the inside of these conventions may seem dull and boring, on the outside you can listen in and hear some pretty emotional and pretty interesting conversations.
All right, Donnie Rolls reporting.